Well, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. The technology works okay. Yes, there is a camera and I see a little bit more who is in the room. Thanks very much for the introduction, Justin, and for the invitation to contribute to this conference. Part of me would really love to be there. Lovely to see Nina just now, who was a yoga student of mine many years back at the Glasgow Buddhist Center. And another part, the environmentally conscious one, just couldn't justify the impact of a return flight from Scotland. But here I am, nevertheless, on Zoom, which is one of the miracles of modern technology to celebrate and also to monitor for its impact on our mental and physical health. Which brings me to the topic of my contribution. I knew immediately that I would offer some movement for two reasons. A conference entails much sitting on chairs and with little movement, may cross your legs one way and then the other, maybe stand up, have a cup of tea. So some scheduled movement may provide a welcome break, reset the nervous system. So you may find yourself more relaxed and alert as a result, and then able to take things in a fresh way. And the second reason has to do with the theme of the conference. The way into the future, no doubt, will involve a great deal of digital technology, which probably means more sitting in front of the screens, all being eyes and ears and thinking brain and little embodied awareness. I was intrigued to hear in an earlier presentation how nuns in Bhutan only check their emails once a week. I think this really is an area that deserves more discussion, and I have written about it for Buddhistdoor Global. So I won't say any more about it now, but guide us through some very simple movements, followed by a few minutes of exchange with a neighbor. And I've tried to, I know there is some monastics here, so I've tried to offer some robe-friendly exercises. But it is, of course, entirely up to you whether you want to participate, and please take responsibility for yourself and take care of any physical limitations you may have. So if you're up for it, let's just start by taking a moment to close your eyes and connect with how you are just now, particularly in the body. How easy or hard it is right now to actually feel your body. And what is the overall tone of the energy? Is it sluggish or buoyant, or maybe you're hungry? It's close to lunchtime, I believe. So we do our best to simply be curious, without judgment. Where do you feel the breath in your body? Are there any aches and pains, any areas of tension? And what is your relationship with them? Can you give them some space in your awareness? Or are you in some way fighting with them? Creating more tension? And so having checked in initially, we're going to come back to how we are feeling in the body after we have done a little bit of movement. So I invite you to stand up, or you may stay seated if you prefer, and you can do the exercises in that position too. So I'm going to stand up myself and adjust my camera a little bit. And so we're going to just start with some simple tapping, which is a way in Chinese and Japanese movements like Tai Chi, Qigong, to wake up the energy of the body. So you tap lightly down the inside, up the outside of one arm. It's nice and easy. Just waking up the energy. Maybe a little bit of squeezing. Also working into the hands, into some little stroking and shaking. Just shake the arm out of the shoulder. And you can, of course, do anything else. You don't have to follow my instructions. But just stay quiet just for a little moment now and just feel the difference between the two arms. The one we have given some attention to and the other one. Maybe you feel one arm has just come alive a bit more. And then let's just do the same on the other side. Down the inside, up the outside. A bit of squeezing, lingering in any area that seemed to ask for a bit of extra attention. And then just a bit of shaking again. And just letting the whole body shake a little bit. Maybe a bit of bouncing up and down. That feels okay. Or anything else that feels good for you just now. And just stand still for a moment. And even after these little moves we have done, what has changed in the way you experience yourself? And then just come back to your chair. And if you want to just sit, if possible, at the front of your chair. Let's get this camera a little bit further down. That's it. So the front of your chair, so you feel your sitting bones on your chair. And then just see if you can lift the right sitting bone a little bit off the chair, or even make it a bit lighter. So the weight comes onto the left sitting bone. And just letting that movement travel through your whole spine. So the right sitting bone lifts. And I see some people are having fun, swinging from right to left, bumping into each other. Very nice to see. So just staying on that side a little bit. And then just on the other side, lifting the sitting bone off the chair and feeling how the movement travels through the spine, affects your neck. So everything loosens up a little bit. Okay, and then just take your hands over your head and let your right elbow move downwards and then up again. And you just feel how the body stretches on the opposite side and contracts on the other. And then combining it with the lifting of the sitting bone. So on the same side. So it's almost like the sitting bone and the elbow come towards each other. It makes the movement a little bit bigger. And then on the other side. So just stay in your soft limit, not stretching too hard. Sometimes the smaller the movement with awareness, the more effective it is. And so your spine is moving here like a fish in water. It's just like maybe the spine is remembering its evolutionary past. Okay, then just letting go and feeling your sitting bones again on the chair. And now we're tilting backwards on the sitting bones, rolling backwards a little bit. So the lower back sinks down, the head comes down, so everything in the back rounds. So it might be quite a nice stretch. And then you're rolling onto the front of your sitting bones, and the front of the body opens, the chest opens, the throat. And then going back again the other way. So just going from the one to the other. And you can make that, if you like, a little bit stronger by using your hands on your knees. So you're pushing with your hands the knees away as you round down. And then folding your hands to the front of the kneecaps to kind of help yourself go the other way. Arching the body in the other way. So you can just linger there a little bit. The front, at the back. Letting your body move into the stretch in a way that feels good for it. Okay, come back to the center, and now we're going to do a twist. So if you take one hand take your left hand to the inside of your left knee, and so you have a little bit of push there against the knee to turn over to the right. And then I don't quite know if you can grab onto something in the chair you're sitting on at the back there, to turn towards the right a little bit more, but keep your shoulder blades down and then just release backwards again. So turning, lifting your chest and roll the shoulder blades down. Then keep the stretch, but turn the head forward. And once more back and forward. And come back to the center. And then take your hand, the right hand, to the inside of your knee and turn the other way. So just feel what's right for your body. If there's any tension or pain coming up, you have done a little bit too much. So keep your shoulders down, the neck long, and turn your head to the front. And coming back. So now we come back into stillness, and we may want to stay at the front of the chair or sit more comfortably back, and close your eyes again. So what is it like to be in the body now? What has changed? Maybe the general energy tone. Something has maybe come alive. It's better balanced, possibly. Maybe you feel your breath a bit more fully or in different ways. And there may still be areas of tension, some aches and pains. There's something different perhaps in your relationship to those. Now we are going to briefly visit the wheel of awareness that Dan Siegel has developed. There's 4 quadrants. The first segment is to do with the senses. So maybe it's a sense of hearing we can connect with most easily. What's going on in the room you're sitting on at the moment? Maybe some taste or some smell. Some touch sensations, what touches your skin in different parts of the body. And then the second segment is interoception, how the body feels from the inside. It should be much easier now that we have done some movement. So it might be a sense of pressure, of the weight of the body. Maybe the heartbeat, movements of breath, flow of energy. Just that sense of being embodied. The center of this wheel is our awareness, our noticing. We're letting our awareness be filled just now with a sense of being in the body. And then we turn our awareness to the inner world of feelings and thoughts. Giving them some space in our awareness. And then we're moving to the final quadrant, and I really like this about this particular model. This final quadrant is about our interconnectedness, our interbeing. We made us start by just feeling the presence of our immediate neighbors. And then the whole room we're sitting in. And resting in that. And this might just lead us nicely into just a couple of minutes of sharing some of our experience, if you like, with a neighbor. So what was it like? Did you notice any difference before and after the movement? And do you have maybe any thoughts about the importance of body awareness, embodied presence as we're going into the future, possibly a digital future? So we just have just a couple of minutes if you want to just make use of that opportunity to verbalize some of your experience. So we have time for that just now. Okay, I think I'm getting a sign here that the time is up. So maybe conversations to be continued over lunch. And it was really lovely to be with you. I think I could get a little bit of a sense of the atmosphere that is there between us.
Thank you so much, Ratna Devi. I think I can speak for many of us and say that was very welcome, and I feel much better after that, actually. I wish we had some stretching and body movement at more conferences. So that was very helpful. I appreciate that, Ratna Devi.